Good morning everyone. It is just before 8:30. There's a beautiful sunrise going on across the fields here. Just arrived back at the river. It's quite frosty this morning, quite cold. No wind, which is good. Let's get to the river and see what there's to see. Well, that was nice. It's always great watching swans as they take off, because you can really hear the beating of their wings. But yeah, as you can see, very still, very quiet morning on the river. The river is my oyster, so to speak. Don't know what to do really. First time I heard of people seeing otters on here was about a mile upriver from where I am. But I've also heard that there's been the same pair, I think, that have been seen downriver as well. So it makes it a bit difficult to figure out where to look for them, because I've also heard that they spend a lot of time in the drain behind the river. It really is kind of just a game of chance, and I think everything just must have aligned on that first day to be walking down here and him just be literally there as I was walking. Was just the most luck I think I'll ever have when it comes to trying to find these guys. So when he had the fish and he came up, the first thing I noticed was that the gulls were dive bombing and mobbing him a little bit. Obviously maybe to try and scare him a little bit, spook him so he lets go of the fish, and they might be able to pick it up, but I mean, no bird was picking up that fish. It was huge. But yeah, so I've been keeping an eye up and down the stretch for any kind of gull activity, seeing if they're doing anything on the surface of the water, and keeping my eye out there. Not really seen much on the river banks. It could be ottery, I don't know. But again, it's I'm still learning a lot at the minute. Fingers crossed for a good day. So the sunset was very quickly killed off by lots of heavy, thick cloud. Didn't really manage to get any shots of nice pink light. I spotted a kingfisher that flew out the reeds on my side, and that's gone to the other side somewhere. Don't know where it's gone. But while I was looking for that, I spotted a grey heron that's just been making his way around the back of a tree. It looked like he was stalking something, but didn't go for anything, and now he's just stood patiently waiting with one foot in the water and one foot on the bank. Oh wait, he's back on the move. One sec. And just like that, as you may have just seen, there he goes, around the back of those trees. As I was just saying that then, he kind of repositioned himself, and I think he thought that was enough for that spot, and off he's gone across onto the drain. Right, I'm gonna get back up and see if I can find this kingfisher anywhere. So I've just walked up and down the river a little bit for the last 45 minutes or so, cross this little bridge and come onto the drain at the back of the river, and right behind me is kind of like this big mound of bricks and all sorts of stuff, and here is a big old fence pile of fence posts and mesh, and just on the about there's a beautiful kestrel just sat there. So I managed to get a couple of photos and some nice footage of that, and then it took off over into these trees on the other side and then back down onto the river. It's nice soft light today, not too bad, and it's a very, very still day, which is nice. But yeah, quite a quiet morning so far. I hope I'll see the kingfisher again, and I hope, obviously, that we find the otter again. So it's just started to rain a little bit, so I've decided I would take shelter underneath the bridge. And also I'm in a spot where I've seen the kingfisher perch on here and in this tree, so I'm hoping that if I just wait it out for a couple of hours, let the rain pass, if it passes, the kingfisher will come back. So I've just seen the kingfisher fly out from some bushes next to me, straight over the grassy bank on the other side. It usually perches on one of those big metal girders, but there's a black-headed gull that's sat preening itself on top of one of them, so I think it just decided to go straight over the bank. It is still raining a bit, but I remembered that I have this, a must-have accessory for wildlife photographers to always have in your bag, is a waterproof camera cover. So I think I'm gonna whack this on, and then I think I might go over the bridge onto the other bank and see if I can spot the kingfisher down that side. I'm getting a bit chilly as well now, so it'll be good to get moving a little bit. My toes are going a bit numb. Right, let's go find the kingfisher. Oh, so muddy. So I've crossed the bridge, had a look through my binos up and down the river, and couldn't see any signs of any otters. Just keeping my eye out on both sides now as I walk upriver a little bit, see what there is to see. I just need to keep moving and keep warm, because even with my gloves on, my hands are cold and my toes are feeling it a bit as well, so just need to keep moving a little bit and warm up before I stop again. It's just turned midday. It's about 3.5 hours this morning down on the river. No sign of any otter, still raining slightly. And it was just getting a bit chilly, so I thought what I would do now is drive down to the fen, check the camera trap, see if there's anything going on down there, have a look at the lake again and see if it is thawing out potentially, I don't know, but yeah, see what there is to see there, maybe see some bittern. That is the target for the fen, is seeing some bittern on the lake anyway. It would be good to find some mammals in there as well. I've recorded muntjac and fox on the trail cameras where it's set up now, so if I do see anything of foxes or muntjac in the daylight hours regularly on that trail camera, then I'll probably figure out a way to set up around that area and see if I can get any footage or photos of them on my camera. But yes, gonna whack the heaters on and get over to Fiskton and show you guys what I'm doing there. So I just want to interrupt to explain something as quickly and as easily as I can do.
Obviously with the current restrictions, travelling anywhere outside of the local area isn't allowed. This is very local to me, it's only a few minutes drive. The reason I'm driving between the locations where I've seen the otter and the fen is because access to the fen is from one side of the river and the cycleway and access up and down the river is on the opposite side. So I can walk from the location where I've been looking for the otter to the fen, but I'm at the opposite side of the river and there's no way for me to cross. And the bridge that you've seen gives me access to the other side of the river, but then there is no public right of way on that side of the river in the direction of the fen. It's only on the other side going further up. So I do have to drive around to get to the fen when I have been on the river. But I just wanted to clear that up. They are very close to each other. It's just a bit of a ball ache to get from one to the other when you're trying to walk. It's not really possible. But yeah, anyway, let's carry on.
I'm just creeping my way along the fence line at the back, as I don't want to get too close to disturb it, and because it's now winter, a lot of the reed beds have died down a bit and they've thinned out, so I'm much more exposed than I usually would be in the summer. I'm trying to keep quiet, I'm trying to move slowly and carefully so I don't make too much noise. And yeah, I'm going to move my way further around to where I've set up my trail camera. So as you can see here, this is one of the trails that runs from the drain through along into the fen. Okay, so I've just picked up my trail camera. There's nothing around at the minute, but let's have a look at see what we've got. Fox passing through and muntjac by the looks of things. Big beautiful dog fox, I think. Obviously passing through here really regularly, or at least a couple of foxes today. 11 o'clock, 10 past 11, half past 11, 10 to 12, and then me picking up the camera at 1:45. That's what I was hoping for. So now I just need to figure out if there's a way for me to set up at some point so I can get some kind of clear footage. Could be quite difficult, but we'll figure something out. Nothing at night time, no otters, no badger. I'm going to set it up in a different position. Have another look for this bittern. That was pretty intense. I was just setting up the trail camera a couple of fence posts across from where I had it set up before, just to get a different angle. And I heard all this barking and shrieking from a fox, real close. So I quickly set the trail camera up. I came across to try and hide behind a few reeds just around the corner. And I spotted the fox dart across through the bushes. And then it made its way round and started coming back towards the side of me. And it spotted me and then moved back across towards the trail camera. And I managed to get a little bit of footage of it as it walked across and then disappeared down the trail. That was great. Really promising. Good thing about this time of year now is that it's the fox's mating season, so they're a lot more active, a lot more vocal, and a bit more bold, I think, as well. So I'm hoping that if I find somewhere to set up, I might be able to get some really nice footage over the next couple of days, potentially. But yeah, cracking start. I don't think I'm going to stay around much longer because it is cold and wet and I didn't bring any lunch with me. I'm starving. So I'm just going to have a quick look down there. That's the area that's around the back of where I just saw the fox. I thought I'd just come and have a little look, see if I can see anything while I'm back here. But yeah, I'm not going to hang around too much longer now. Gonna go home, eat some food. I don't know if you can hear that, but as I said before, when it gets to fox breeding season, they get a lot more vocal. Now the downside is there's a lot of thick bushes over there, so I don't have any kind of clear visuals where the sound's coming from, but it's definitely coming from in there. I'm going to put the camera down, and I'm going to set up and see if I can get any footage, because it seems like it's quite close now. So I've set the camera up and it's coming from over here, probably 20-30 yards away. It's not moving, it's staying in the same spot, and it's just calling. But I can't see any movement anywhere. I might move further down this path and see if I can see a bit further round. So I've just walked a bit further on the path. And it's in those bushes around there, but still, I've dropped down a little bit now, and I think I'm a bit too low to see where it could have been. I have seen a photo of a fox just by that bridge down the path, so I thought I'd come down to the top of the path just to see if it may have been making its way across towards that little bridge, but it seems to have gone quiet now. So yeah, I'm going to spend another 10 or 15 minutes just sat from the hide to see if I can hear it anymore, while keeping an eye on the lake for the bittern, and then I'm going to go home because I'm really hungry. But this is always the case. Every time you put your camera down, or you're going to pack away or go back to your car, something happens. It happened with the otter the other day, and it's happened today with the fox. So another 10 minutes, then I'm going to go home. Okay, so it's been about 10 or 15 minutes. I've been sat looking at the lake, seeing if I can spot any signs of the bittern. Can't hear the fox, but I've just been staring at what I thought could be a bittern in the reeds, but I actually think it's just a thicker clump of reeds. I think the hunger's starting to get to me now, so yeah, I'm going to pack up and go home. Another useful tip for cold days: keep your batteries close to your body, keep them warm, and and they'll last a little bit longer. Come on. You ready? I'm not. Nope. I'm not doing that. Many species that depend upon wetland habitats, their reed beds and open water will... Why can't I even read this? So I'll be talking and walking and talking and walking, talking and walking, talking and stop. Since then, thankfully, the numbers have steadily increased.